Dew points are down into the 40s. That is dry for this time of the year, and sustained winds right now are at 18 miles per hour. It's 74 if you're watching us in Carlisle, 77 in Lancaster, and 76 currently in York. And right now it's dry on Super Doppler 8 locally, but you can see maybe just some sprinkles trying to move in there towards Schaeferstown and Lebanon County. But back off to our north and to the northwest, we are seeing some showers moving in northern portions of the Commonwealth. This is all thanks to a couple of upper level disturbances and that deep dip in the jet stream that's bringing that cooler air. So I'm not ruling out one or two isolated showers or thunderstorms through the evening hours, but it is going to be cool. Temperatures will fall into the 60s after sunset, all the way down into the mid-50s overnight tonight. Record low temperature for tonight is 52. Some spots will be close to that. And then as we head through tomorrow afternoon, it is going to be pleasant. This is the last really nice day out there with that break from that high heat and humidity. Temperatures tomorrow will be up near 80 degrees. Weather will cooperate for the Carlisle Summer Fair for tomorrow. We have the All-Star softball game. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s for the start of that game. Weather and health for tomorrow. Pollen count remains low. The UV index will be at an 8, so you could burn in about 20 minutes. So the dew points right now unseasonably low. Dry air is sitting overhead, but notice back off to our south and to the west, they're starting to creep back into the 50s and lower 60s. Eventually that humidity will start to build, and the temperature is still into the 80s off to our south, so eventually some of that heat's going to work its way here. It's going to be a slow process. That's because the core of the ridge of high pressure is still off to our south to southwest. That's going to be moving offshore as we head through tomorrow. So watch what happens here on the predictor. There's that upper level disturbance rotating off to our east. You can see as we head through the overnight hours, it is going to be a quiet night. The core of the ridge of high pressure gets a little closer to us as we head through tomorrow and slides offshore. That's when the winds start to change direction. Instead of coming out of the west-northwest, they're coming back up from the south and bringing that subtropical humidity slowly back into the valley. As we head into Thursday, it's going to start to feel sticky, and then we have the chance for a few passing showers late in the day on Thursday as a cold front starts to approach, and then the heat really starts to build. I don't think that front moves into the valley. So lower 80s tomorrow, upper 80s by Thursday. Could see a few thunderstorms late Thursday night, but better chances for scattered showers and thunderstorm get here on Friday, and then we'll hold on into Saturday. It's going to be very close to a heat wave. You need 3 days at or above 90 degrees. We're going to be very close to that. I know there are a lot of communities that have their fireworks during dusk or for the weekend ahead. Stay tuned. We're going to pinpoint those and give those a little bit more precise details as we get closer to the weekend. But now the check on the roads this evening. Here's Corinne Lillis in the News 8 Traffic Center. Good evening.
Good evening, Ethan. Good evening, everybody. What's contributing to the slowdowns right now you're seeing behind me on the Eisenhower interchange is a couple accidents on the Beltway, both of which are on Interstate 83. We also did have one closer towards the Eisenhower interchange just clearing up, so 2 remaining. 83 south at the exit for 44B, which is 17th Street. There's a shoulder block there, and then there's an accident really close to that as well at the exit 43. This is 83 northbound, and that's at exit 2nd Street, and that has a lane restriction. You can see those delays as we zoom out a bit. There's also some additional delays on 81 southbound as you're approaching your 81-83 split, and then even 15 southbound. Right now we're averaging speeds around 21 miles per hour. A couple miles there, a stretch of some delays along the Beltway. Lancaster County pretty quiet. That's the good news. We did earlier have an accident on Route 30 East at 501 or Lititz Pike. Some residual delays, but overall no major slowdowns on 283 as well. Here's your drive times on 83 southbound. A little bit of a delay, your 81-83 split to York split. But once you're moving past that, your York split to York and York to Shrewsbury, both moving just fine. This Lancaster Toyota traffic report is brought to you by Shady Maple Market. Celebrate their 47th anniversary. Find out all details on Facebook and at shadymaple.com. Shady Maple, where food is a destination. Back to you.
Next at 5.
Requirement that members report abuse.
The gymnastics world is rocked by a child sex abuse scandal. Tonight's shocking information shows how little USA Gymnastics has done to protect its athletes. That's coming up. After being rocked by scandal, an internal investigation shows USA Gymnastics has done little to protect young athletes. And even less to report accusations of abuse. NBC's Jay Gray has a closer look at the new information.
In a sport defined by its grace and precision, today, new information that U.S. Gymnastics has fallen well below the bar when it comes to protecting athletes.
It was surprising to me that there was no requirement that members report abuse.
An internal investigation released this afternoon calls for a complete cultural change within the organization. It comes as national team physician Larry Nassar faces a firestorm of civil lawsuits along with state and federal charges of sexual abuse and possession of child pornography.
This guy is despicable. He is a monster.
Nassar has been accused of violating more than 80 young girls under the guise of providing medical treatment.
The idea that you would put your hand in the private parts of a prepubescent child because they have a sore back is laughable, and it's sexual assault.
Dr. Nassar's lawyers have denied the accusations. Over the last 20 years, hundreds of gymnasts have reported abuse at the hands of authority figures associated with USA Gymnastics. And today's report says the true number of those victimized over that period of time cannot be estimated, but is surely far higher. It calls for a complete overhaul within the organization, 70 recommended changes covering 10 key areas, all adopted by the USA Gymnastics Board of Directors.
Jay Gray, News 8.
New video tonight of a bus crash earlier this month in Detroit. Next at 5, what happens just moments before this crash?
Welcome back, everyone, to News 8 at 5.
And now to some incredible stories caught on camera. New video of a bus crash last month in Detroit. An 18-year-old driver was speeding when he went through an intersection and collided with the city bus. 7 cameras on the bus captured that impact and these passengers being tossed around the bus. The impact knocked the 60-year-old bus driver unconscious. No one else was seriously hurt.
Fire crews in Michigan continue to battle a massive fire at a mulch manufacturing facility. When crews got to the scene yesterday, more than a dozen acres were on fire. They were able to keep the fire from spreading to nearby homes. One firefighter was treated for smoke inhalation but is okay, and the cause is under investigation. Animals at Rome's Zoo were treated to a special surprise today. Frozen icicles and frozen blood lollipops to keep their minds off the heat. Italy is dealing with soaring temperatures and a lack of rainfall for over a week. At the zoo, the midday heat feels more than 104 degrees. Well, next on News 8 at 5:30.
Someone needs sharing etiquette. An 86-year-old Susquehanna Valley woman has jewelry and a safe stolen during a distraction burglary. What you need to know to keep your home safe. State police looking toward the Independence Day holiday weekend. What you should know before hitting the road.
Healthcare cliffhanger. I'm Sally Kidd on Capitol Hill. A Republican revolt is threatening to derail the GOP's healthcare overhaul. Where things stand coming up.
And the fight to prevent a York County home used on the Underground Railroad from being torn down. That could be decided tonight. News 8 at 5:30 starts now.
This is WGAL 8, the Susquehanna Valley's news leader. Now, coverage you can count on continues. This is WGAL News 8 at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Susan Shapiro. I'm Janelle Stelson. Breaking news at 5:30. A woman in York was just shot as she walked out of a grocery store. News 8's Becca Hendrickson is live at the scene with new information.
Police tell me that that woman who was the victim was an innocent bystander in this shooting that happened around 3:40 right here on the corner of Princess Street and Belvedere Avenue in York City. Police say she was leaving Bev's grocery store behind me when she was shot by one group who they say was either shooting at another or exchanging gunfire once again at 3:40. Police do not know her condition at this time and couldn't tell me exactly where she was shot, but they do say that she was transported to the hospital. Detectives left the scene just a couple minutes ago. They were looking at some surveillance video from Bev's Grocery that they hope will give them more information, as well as talking to some of the neighbors here on the scene who I've talked to as well. They tell me that right now they're just scared, and it could have been anyone who happened to be leaving Bev's Grocery at this time. They tell me that the violence here in this part of York is starting to get out of control. Live in York, Becca Hendrickson, News 8.
Healthcare decision delayed in another setback for Republicans. The latest Senate vote on the GOP healthcare overall has been put off until after Congress's July 4th recess. News 8's Sally Kidd is in Washington tonight with new information.
Janelle, Susan, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was hoping to open debate on the bill as early as today, but did not have the votes to do it. A Republican revolt by a handful of senators has stalled progress on the GOP's health care bill. The support isn't there, Republican leaders say, and this week's vote will have to wait. At least 5 Republican senators had opposed moving the measure forward to a vote. President Trump sat down with Senator Rand Paul, one of the more vocal opponents, then invited all GOP senators for an afternoon meeting at the White House.
We're getting very close, but for the country, we have to have health care. And it can't be Obamacare, which is melting down.
Conservative opponents say the bill doesn't go far enough toward repealing Obamacare, while some moderates say it goes too far in cutting Medicaid.
It's difficult for me to see how any tinkering is going to satisfy my fundamental and deep concerns.
So McConnell says the negotiations will continue, and the White House says the president will continue to be involved. On Capitol Hill, Sally Kidd, News 8.
Northern York Regional Police are warning residents to be alert for potential distraction burglaries. Police say an 86-year-old woman in Franklin Township was a victim last week of a distraction burglary. She told police a man knocked on her door claiming to be with a tree service working with PennDOT. He asked the victim to walk with him to the edge of her property to discuss what trees were being removed. The man kept her there for about 20 minutes. The woman later discovered her floor safe and jewelry were taken from her bedroom. Police say it would have taken 2 people to carry out that safe. News 8 is on your side with what you can do to protect yourself from distraction burglaries. Always lock your doors when you go out of your home, even if you're in your own yard. That way no one can get inside if you are distracted by a criminal partner.
With record travel expected this Independence Day weekend, state police are offering advice on how to make your travel trouble-free. News 8's traffic anchor Corinne Lillis is here with what you need to know.
We're talking about more actually than just obeying the speed limit. AAA expects a record-breaking 44.2 million Americans to travel 50 miles or more away from home for Independence Day. Now that's going to lead to crowded roads. State police say when you plan your route, be ready with alternates. This is in case you encounter unexpected delays, detours, or even road closures. Also make sure someone not traveling with you knows your plans. That way authorities can be alerted as soon as possible if you are overdue. And of course, safety should be first on your mind. Make your trip as safe as possible by driving sober, never texting while driving, and obeying all speed limits. Remember, with lower gas prices and July 4th falling on a Tuesday, roads could be very busy for several days. Back to you.
Thank you, Corinne. Tonight in York County, a real estate firm will appeal a recent ruling preventing the demolition of a historic building in Hellam Township. The Mifflin House was used as a safe house on the Underground Railroad in the 1800s. It's located off Cool Spring Road and sits on the edge of commercial development near Route 30. Kinsley Equities wants to demolish the house and develop the land, but the Township Zoning Board denied that request in April. Tonight's meeting begins at 7 o'clock at the Hellam Township building and is open to the public.
A second mosquito has tested positive for the West Nile virus in Cumberland County. The most recent was found in Lemoyne. Earlier this month, one tested positive in East Pennsboro Township. Across the Susquehanna Valley so far this year, West Nile has been confirmed in Cumberland, Franklin, and York counties. And statewide, good news for humans, so far none of them have been infected. You can help fight West Nile by getting rid of any standing water on your property.
News 8 is on your side with a fireworks recall. More than 36,000 packages of fireworks are being recalled because of possible burn and injury hazards. It affects TNT red, white, and blue smoke fireworks sold in bags with 3 canisters. American Promotional Events has received 3 reports of users being burned. The fireworks were sold at Albertsons, Kroger, Meijer, Target, Walmart, and other retailers.
The federal government is fining 4 different credit repair operations. The companies are going to have to pay more than $2 million in penalties for allegedly tricking people into thinking their bad credit could be easily fixed. Prime Credit, IMC Capital, Commercial Credit Consultants, and Parkview Law are all accused of misleading consumers and charging illegal fees for so-called credit repair services. The government alleges the companies were misleading consumers as far back as 2009. Complaints say the operations made misleading, unsubstantiated claims. They could remove virtually any negative information from credit reports and could boost credit scores by significant amounts. The government claims the companies charged 71,000 customers at least $31 million in fees.
Google has been hit with a record fine over internet shopping in Europe. It's a penalty from the European Union for what it calls the illegal advantage Google gave its comparison shopping service. NBC's Mark Barger has more.
What Google has done is illegal under EU antitrust rules.
That finding today prompted regulators for the European Union to hit the internet giant with a record $2.7 billion fine. The European Commission says the company's Google shopping service acted in an anti-competitive manner.
We find that Google, being so dominant in general internet search, they've used this dominance to promote themselves and to demote rivals.
The Commission gave Google 90 days to stop its practice or face additional fines. Google responded with a statement saying, "We respectfully disagree with the conclusions announced today. We will review the Commission's decision in detail as we consider an appeal." While the fine is the biggest ever levied in Europe for anti-competitive behavior, it's not crippling for a company with $90 billion in annual revenue. But Google still faces separate antitrust charges in Europe related to its Android operating system.
The fact that they've been levied such a huge fine in this case doesn't bode well for these other investigations. So it's in their best interest to keep fighting this.
Fellow tech titans Apple, Amazon, and Facebook have also seen increased scrutiny from European regulators as they try to make sure the online world stays in line. Mark Barger, News 8.
With the latest check on the Tuesday evening commute, here's News 8's Corinne Lillis.
Well, it's a nice evening for a drive. Janelle, anybody headed out in Lebanon County? Interstate 81 very quiet right now at the exit for 78. You can see that behind me, just a couple of vehicles passing through. Overall, pretty quiet in Lebanon County in general. Harrisburg, the Beltway, a little bit of a different story. We did have an accident on 83 South blocking a right shoulder on 44B, that exit there for 17th Street. Now, it is cleared up. The delays still remain back towards your Eisenhower interchange, and there's still another accident close to that incident on 83 northbound, and that you can see is contributing to some delays past your York split there. That's at the exit 43 for 2nd Street, and then again, you can take notice of those delays on 15 southbound on your Beltway as well. York County pretty quiet. Interstate 83, no issues to report. Church Road moving just fine both directions there. Interstate 30 there, you can see if you're getting off onto 30, your Route 30 light cycle will be a little slow westbound, but eastbound is moving up to speed. There's your current drive times outbound from Lancaster. You can see 30 also moving nicely there, 283, 222, no issues to report right now. This Lancaster Toyota traffic report is brought to you by Rebath & More, full-service bathroom remodeling serving Central PA. Zero interest financing available on approved credit. Visit rebathandmore.com for more info. Back to you.
Next at 5:30.
Republicans say the Senate health care bill would provide opioid funding, but Democrats argue the GOP measure would make the current crisis even worse. I'm Aixa Diaz in Washington with that debate.
Temperatures will be near record lows overnight tonight, and then that heat and humidity will slowly build as we head through the rest of the work week. We'll talk about that coming up, but as we head to break, here's a check on those river levels.
Tonight in Harrisburg, where police say this equipment needs an upgrade. I'm Portia Johnson. I'll tell you how they say it doesn't provide full protection for their officers or you, but the decision to move forward is left up to City Council at tonight's vote. Coming up on News 8.
Technology and phone companies led Wall Street modestly lower in a day of some choppy trading. Major indexes fluttered between small gains and losses through the middle of the day, then turned lower toward the closing bell. At the close, the Dow had lost 98 points to 21,310. The Nasdaq fell about 100, and the S&P was off 19.
New tonight, how will the proposed Senate health care bill affect the opioid epidemic? Republicans say there is funding included to help states, but Democrats argue the measure would make the current crisis worse. News 8's Aixa Diaz has the latest from Washington.
Democrats argue the GOP healthcare measure would hurt, not help, the current opioid crisis. The Senate bill appropriates $2 billion to the Health and Human Services Secretary to provide grants to states for treatment and recovery services. Democratic senators call that chump change and say by cutting Medicaid, Republicans are putting at risk the many people struggling with opioids who rely on the entitlement program.
The Republicans right now have a bill which will harm tens of thousands of people across this country who will ultimately die if they don't get access to the addiction treatment which they need.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says the GOP bill gives states more flexibility and resources to address the opioid epidemic. In Washington, I'm Aixa Diaz.
News 8 has been investigating the heroin and opioid epidemic all year. You've seen it. It's called State of Addiction. Every month, we're focusing on a different topic. And coming up in July, we're going to be taking a closer look at homelessness and addiction.
Shop owners in the French Quarter of New Orleans are on edge after 2 attacks on tourists. A man was brutally attacked from behind Saturday morning while walking down the street. The victim, as you see, fell and then tried to get up, but was struck again in the head. Business owners in the French Quarter worry it could affect their bottom line.
It's just a terrible situation, you know. You want people to come to the city and visit us and things like that, but nobody wants to visit us if they're seeing videos of this every, couple of days. Somebody's getting beat up, somebody's getting robbed, somebody's getting shot.
This attack was just before another similar attack where 2 men were hit from behind.
Now, the WGAL News 8 Storm Team Forecast with meteorologist Ethan Houston.
It is pleasant out there across the Susquehanna Valley. We have some breaks in the clouds right now over Hanover, and you can see the rustling of the leaves there on the trees. We got a nice breeze to accompany these cooler temperatures, making it feel like late April compared to late June. It's 76 right now in Hanover, and notice the dew points. They're sitting in the upper 40s, making the relative humidity right now down to 37%. That is very low by summer standards. Right now it's 77 if you're watching us in Gettysburg and 74 at this hour in Carlisle. We're just keeping an eye on Super Doppler 8 Live radar. No action right now in the Susquehanna Valley, but we do have some passing showers right now north of I-80. Some of this upper level storm energy could trigger an isolated shower or thunderstorm until roughly about 11 o'clock this evening. So not dry for everybody, but for the most part, it is going to be a quiet evening. Temperatures will be falling into the mid-60s after sunset. Be prepared for a chilly night. Temperatures are falling into the mid-50s. The record low for tonight is 52. I'm forecasting 56. Some spots will be a little bit cooler than that 56 overnight tonight. And as we head through tomorrow, look for mostly sunny skies, pleasant low humidity for one more day, and then the heat and humidity will really start to build. So weather looks great for the Shrewsbury Fireman's Carnival. Temperatures this evening will be in the mid-70s, about the same for tomorrow. Then mid-80s as we head into Thursday afternoon. That heat really starts to build. So we're staying pleasant in terms of the humidity for tomorrow, but then starts to feel sticky on Thursday and then downright muggy for Friday and Saturday. I think that is likely on into Sunday as well. Dew points really tell the story. They're sitting in the 40s right now across the valley. Back into the 50s off to our south. That's still relatively low. You got to go back over towards the Great Plains before you see that more typical higher heat and humidity that you see in the summertime. It is unseasonably cool across much of the eastern third of the country. It's 64 in Portland, Maine, and only 70 at this hour in Dayton, Ohio. We find that core of the ridge of high pressure that's making things feel oh so pleasant still off to our south and to the southwest. It's going to work its way towards the coast as we head through tomorrow, and the positioning of that high is really important to our weather in terms of the temperatures. So cool tomorrow with highs back up near 80 degrees with the humidity staying in check. But by the time we head into Wednesday evening, the high slides out to sea, and that's going to allow the winds to change and turns back up out of the south, making it feel sticky again. Storm system will start to work its way through the Great Lakes region as we head into Thursday, and a cold front will start to approach the region late Thursday evening. Could see an isolated shower, but it's certainly going to start to feel sticky, and then that front gets a little closer to us, but it doesn't move through. And look what happens to the temperatures. Back up to near 90 degrees as we head into Friday with chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms. Rain chances will be sticking around for the rest of the week. It looks relatively unsettled. There are a number of communities that will be having their fireworks displays, especially Friday evening, Saturday evening, and Sunday evening. Stay tuned. There is decent chances for showers and thunderstorms every day, and I do expect hit or miss isolated storm chances starting on Sunday on into the 4th of July holiday. But the break from the high heat and humidity is gone. We could have another heat wave on our hands.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right, another 3 days at least. Huh?
That's right.
That looks like summer in Pennsylvania.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Ethan.
Thanks, Ethan.